Hey there and welcome to Juicy Celeb Talks. Margaret Josephs has addressed recent claims that she compared Teresa Giudice's current husband, Louie Ruelas, to her ex-husband, Joe Giudice. Margaret firmly denied making any such comparison, stating that while she does acknowledge Joe's mistakes, she never intended to portray him as malicious. In fact, she highlighted that Joe has benevolent eyes and is not deceitful like Louie. Margaret clarified that Joe, despite his past actions, took responsibility for his mistakes, which contrasts with Louie's behavior. She also expressed concern about Louie's influence over Teresa, particularly in her relationships with those closest to her, including her daughters and friends. In the meantime, Kim D, another notable figure from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, universe, didn't hold back from giving her take on Danielle Cabral's recent comments. Danielle had shared her uncertainty about returning for season 15, expressing mixed emotions about the experience and how some of her co-stars seemed to play up their actions for the cameras. Danielle's remarks came after an intense season, during which she experienced both betrayal and camaraderie among the cast. Kim D, however, wasn't convinced by Danielle's claims. On her own podcast, she bluntly accused Danielle of doing whatever it takes to stay relevant on the show, even if it meant enduring difficult relationships or accepting a smaller paycheck. Kim D speculated that Danielle, despite her public hesitation, would eagerly seize any opportunity to remain on Real Housewives of New Jersey. In the same breath, Danielle reflected on her experience during season 14, stating that while she had fun moments, the pressure and stress had taken a toll on her. She expressed disappointment at how certain people, whom she had trusted, used her to further their own interests. The emotional challenges of the season, compounded by physical altercations such as the one with Jennifer Aydin, left Danielle feeling uncertain about whether she wanted to return for another round of drama. Still, she hinted at the possibility of a spin-off series, expressing her desire for a lighter and more fun-filled environment if she were to continue. Amidst all this, Tamra Judge, another housewife from the Real Housewives of Orange County, RHONJ, is going through her own journey of personal growth and recovery. Following a recent surgery, Tamra has been documenting her healing process on social media, sharing both the physical and emotional challenges she faces. However, her recovery hasn't been without its share of ongoing quarrels, particularly with former RHONJ alum Vicki Gunvalson. The tension between the two reached a peak when Vicki mentioned Tamra's estranged daughter, Sydney, during an episode of her podcast, which led to an emotional response from Tamra. She tearfully asked Vicki to keep her family out of the drama, citing the deep wounds this situation had caused her. Tamra's personal struggles were further compounded by ongoing drama with Jennifer Aydin, a fellow housewife. During an August interview, Tamra expressed her frustration with Jennifer, accusing her of capitalizing on their feud for attention. In response, Jennifer fired back on social media, calling Tamra's emotional reactions fake and implying that Tamra's behavior invited criticism. She dismissed any rivalry between them, stating that there couldn't be a real fight when there's no competition. The public, as always, took sides, with some supporting Jennifer and others advising her to stay out of the drama. Despite the feud, Tamra insisted that her podcast isn't about creating unnecessary drama. However, she didn't shy away from singling Jennifer out as someone she didn't like, making it clear that she had no interest in getting to know her better. Amidst all the ongoing tension, Tamra acknowledged that not everything shown on the show accurately reflects real-life interactions. She emphasized that certain things are taken out of context and that sometimes people appear worse on screen than they actually are in real life. Despite this, Tamra maintained that Jennifer just rubbed her the wrong way from the beginning, and she had no desire to pursue a friendship with her. As this feud continued, Real Housewives of New Jersey star Margaret Josephs found herself once again at the center of controversy. Following an interview where she discussed her issues with Teresa Giudice and Louie Ruelas, rumors began to swirl that she had compared Joe Giudice to Louie. Margaret quickly took to Instagram to set the record straight, clarifying that she had never intended to make such a comparison. She explained that while Joe had his faults, he wasn't malicious, and he took responsibility for his actions. Louie, on the other hand, was portrayed by Margaret as far more insidious, particularly in his treatment of Teresa's daughters. Margaret's concerns extended to how Louie had seemingly manipulated Teresa, causing her to distance herself from important people in her life. She believed that Louie's influence had contributed to the strain in Teresa's relationships, including with her own brother. Margaret also suggested that as long as Teresa and Louie remain on the show, their storyline would continue to be dark and troubling because Teresa hasn't fully come to terms with what's happening in her personal life. This drama hasn't gone unnoticed by the fans or fellow cast members. While some have sided with Margaret, others have accused her of stirring the pot for attention. Teresa, for her part, remained defensive of her husband, responding to the rumors by stating that she couldn't wait for the world to see the truth about what she called Margaret's lies. Margaret's ongoing feud with Teresa is just one example of the complex and often tense relationships that characterize the Real Housewives universe. The show thrives on the drama between its cast members, and these conflicts, whether real or exaggerated for the cameras, continue to keep viewers hooked season after season. However, Margaret's candid comments suggest that the drama surrounding her and Teresa may not be resolved anytime soon. As the drama continues to unfold between Margaret and Teresa, another Real Housewives of New Jersey star, Jackie Goldschneider, has also been dealing with her own share of issues. Margaret recently opened up about her falling out with Jackie during an appearance on the Taste of Taylor podcast, revealing details about their once close friendship. According to Margaret, she and Jackie had shared private text messages poking fun at Louie Ruelas' declining stock price, calling their behavior petty but justified due to Teresa's treatment of Jackie. Margaret expressed her frustration over Jackie's newfound friendship with Teresa, suggesting that Jackie's motives were more about fame than genuine concern. She felt that Jackie was compromising her integrity for the sake of staying relevant in the world of Real Housewives of New Jersey, something Margaret couldn't condone. The tension between the two former friends grew, with Margaret accusing Jackie of being desperate and willing to undermine their friendship for attention. However, Jackie wasn't the only one facing Margaret's scrutiny. Teresa Giudice's relationship with her brother Joe Gorga and his wife Melissa Gorga has also been a hot topic. The ongoing feud between the siblings, exacerbated by their partner's involvement, has been a central focus on the show for years. Despite the tension, Margaret hoped that Teresa and Joe could eventually mend their relationship for the sake of their family, though she acknowledged that it seemed unlikely as long as Louie remained in the picture. Margaret's concerns about Louie have been echoed by others, particularly regarding how he interacts with Teresa's daughters. She believes that Louie's presence has created a wedge between Teresa and those close to her, further isolating her from friends and family. The dynamic between Teresa, Louie, and her daughters has become a point of contention on the show, with some viewers siding with Margaret's assessment and others defending Teresa's right to make her own decisions about her family. Adding fuel to the fire, Kim D., a frequent commentator on the Real Housewives of New Jersey drama, didn't hold back in criticizing Danielle Cabral's comments about potentially not returning for season 15. Kim D's bluntness is nothing new to fans of the show, as she's known for speaking her mind, often causing a stir among the cast and viewers alike. On her podcast, she dismissed Danielle's claims of being unsure about returning to the show, calling it a ploy for attention. Kim D suggested that Danielle, despite her protestations, would do anything to remain in the spotlight, even if it meant working with difficult cast members or accepting a reduced paycheck. While some fans agreed with Kim D's assessment, others pointed out that Kim herself has clung to the Real Housewives of New Jersey franchise for years, despite only being a friend of the cast rather than a full-time housewife. Kim's criticisms of Danielle have divided fans, with some believing that Kim is right in calling out Danielle's thirst for fame, while others feel that Kim should take a step back, given her own involvement in the drama. Danielle, for her part, has been open about the challenges she faced during season 14. She described how difficult it was to see people she trusted turn on her, using her name and reputation to further their own goals. The emotional toll of the season, combined with the constant presence of the cameras, made her reconsider whether she wanted to continue being part of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Still, Danielle has hinted that she's open to exploring new opportunities, including the possibility of a spin-off series that would focus on her life outside of the show. As the cast members of the Real Housewives franchise navigate their personal and professional lives, one thing remains constant: the drama never truly ends. Whether it's Margaret and Teresa's ongoing feud, Tamra Judge's battles on the Real Housewives of Orange County, or Danielle's uncertainty about her future on Real Housewives of New Jersey, the conflicts continue to fuel the show's popularity. In the midst of all this chaos, Tamra Judge has been dealing with her own personal issues, including a feud with Jennifer Aydin. Tamra's frustration with Jennifer reached new heights after a public exchange of words in which Jennifer dismissed Tamra's emotional responses as fake. Jennifer criticized Tamra's tears as being performative, suggesting that Tamra was only acting for attention. In response, Tamra maintained that her feelings were genuine and that Jennifer was misinterpreting the situation.